cognitively. So today I'm not either.
She's here in body, but not in mind and spirit yet. Or maybe she's here in body and spirit. She's not here mentally.
That's okay. That's okay. It's still going to be fun. Okay, now we're going to go ahead. We're going to move to our orange carnelian. Now, we have this for you in drop earrings. We also have it available for you in a beautiful necklace. And we're doing the drop earrings at a Tucson Gemstone Discovery price. We only have 100 of those. The pendant, we took $20 off. Everything, as I said, is on 5 flexible payments, so you can break this up into 5 flex pays. If you happen to have the HSN charge card, you can do 6 flex pays. And if you don't have that charge card, we would love to get you one. You can call, you can get instantly approved, and then you could take $10 off your first purchase. But these are huge customer picks, Jay. And as I was reading through some of the reviews, I think the reason they're big customer picks is because they have such an unusual look. You think carnelian and you think you know what carnelian looks like, but this is different.
Here's the thing with carnelian. Carnelian is very, very specific. And because of how we're governed and everything, of course, we always want to give you accurate information, but a lot of people think they own carnelian and they own orange agate or they own red agate. It's not really a true carnelian. This is a true carnelian, but what makes this so unique and so special is most carnelians that you'll see are more in the orange family, as far as like a bright orange is what you see, or they'll be almost like orangey red color. This almost has like a butterscotch tone to it. It's like a light orange butterscotch. And that's what really brought me to the ruff. In fact, when we first bought this ruff material, I thought it was a form of some kind of chalcedony. I didn't think that it was I had no idea that it would be tested out as carnelian. So when it came back as carnelian, we were really excited about it. I don't have a lot of this material. That's not to say down the road, maybe I might be able to acquire it one more time. It comes out of Africa, and this is collected by a friend of ours who goes around. She teaches local indigenous people what to search for, and most of these are found in either meteorite fields or in big iron ore fields, like where you've got just nothing. It's like it came to the planet Earth and blew up, and scattered. Wow. It almost looks like a gravel yard, but you'll see it have all different characteristics, usually very red or black, very metallic. And that's where they find these. And she's taught them how to go through and find them. So they're not mined per se, they're gathered. So you never know what you get, but this was just one batch that they got from this one village. And it's a very unique, like I said, when it tested at carnelian, I was amazed. I thought it was either a chalcedony or that it was some kind of form of agate.
Sure.
So that was really cool.
I think the thing too is that every single one looks different. So that makes it even that much more unique. Now certainly yours is going to be similar, but when you look at even the earrings that we have here on set and the earrings that you see there, they're all, and the pendant, same thing, they're all going to be, it's almost like each one is a one of a kind, Jay.
Yeah, and they have a totally very unique look. And here again, this bodes for about 90% of what we do. The one thing with Mother Nature, she doesn't make everything matchy-matchy, okay? And so what's cool about this material, like I said, just the unusual color of the carnelian. We did a very unique design here, and the only place that you can get this design is actually be able to, if you're tuned into the Mind Find show. I don't know anybody else that's actually using this, but every piece will be totally, it's gonna be the same design, but there's no way that the materials are all gonna be matching exactly. So if we showed you 12 of these, they would all 12 be totally different. They're all going to be in the same family. They're going to have that color, but they're all going to have different, unique looks to them.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up because you know what? We've been saving a special surprise. Oh, we've got an update. Our earrings are officially gone. So thank you.